Welcome back, Wolfpack Brawlers here, and let's talk about Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon because that is the biggest thing right now, at least for me, my channel, and what you guys want from it, because I really want to give Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon a chance, but I don't know how to do it, I don't know who's buying it. So, first question, how many people want Super Mystery Dungeon, how many people are going to be buying it, and it kind of like matters on the time as well. Are you planning on getting it with Christmas money? Is it on your Christmas wish list, or are you just getting it on release? That's going to be like a big part with how the flow of content needs to go. Other than that, are you guys actually going to be looking for Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon content? Now, Super Mystery Dungeon and Mystery Dungeon in general, it's a really weird and complex game to try to like do videos about, and that's kind of the biggest point about this, is that if I'm going to do guides, I could do a guide on like 2 dungeons, maybe every dungeon or something at a time, and then have like, you know, main storyline kind of thing, or like a really in-depth guide about gameplay mechanics or something, and then 1 or 2 dungeon guides. I don't know if you guys will actually sit through and watch that, because there's no point in me making the video if no one wants to watch it, but at the same time, I could like super duper flood content. Like if you are the kind of fan that wants content non-stop from me, no matter what it is, because you're just like hearing how I get entertained about Pokemon stuff, or you do find it entertaining in some way, or it's just something like that. If you need something in the background, I don't know. There's so many dungeons, Super Mystery Dungeon, and since every Pokemon's available, I could do guides for months and have like many videos a day for a very long time and keeping it going. But at the same time, it only really matters if I have a lot of Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon fans in my audience at all. And with we're in a weird position right now because there's no new Pokemon game being announced. We're a year after Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. People are feeling like 6th generation's on its way out. Like competitive Pokemon battling is really stagnant right now, just in general, from who wants to get into it and who's trying to develop strategies and stuff for it. So right now we're trying to really figure out like where this is going, but does that mean any Pokemon fan is just going to want to soak up Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon as much as possible, or is it just kind of, even in this moment of desperation, you guys don't really care? So that's kind of the biggest question. Are you even buying it, or do you even want to look for content about it? Because I could do a lot of guides. I could pretty much do like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire again, because that was one of the most effective things for my channel. I need to kind of like take the headphones off because it's really weird with like the way that the sound goes in it. So the thing about the mystery dungeons, I want to do guides. Like I could do guides non-stop and just slam out as many things as you guys want, and maybe bring in a whole new audience, but I don't know if that's going to go with the competitive side of it or how it goes with the rest of my channel. And that's going to be one of the biggest things I'm trying to look for right now, is if that's going to work. Now what I could do is I could pick up like maybe a lot of kids that are looking for guides and stuff on Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, not necessarily the harder, more mature aspects of Pokemon competitive battling or even like training Pokemon or anything like that. So I could try to dumb down my content to improve my audience, and I want to know if like that's what you guys are looking for. If you guys don't mind a content flood or whatever, I'm still going to be doing strategy guides. Instead of doing 2 a day like I've been doing now, my goal was I wanted to finish up the 5th generation before Super Mystery Dungeon, but I think I missed by like 15 or so, maybe even 20 Pokemon. So I missed it just a little, so now I'm thinking about doing 1 every 2 days, maybe 1 every day, depending on how the Super Mystery Dungeon content looks. But then that gets us to another question. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, do you guys want a Let's Play of this? Now, Mystery Dungeon Let's Plays feel very, very difficult for me. It's hard enough for me to like keep my energy up in a Let's Play or a Pokemon battle. You guys might have noticed that by now, because I'm not an excellent Let's Player. I'd rather just, you know, try to be pretty decent at Pokemon battling and then throw out some guides and maybe make some hype comedy pieces every once in a while. But other than that, I'm trying to figure out like for the Let's Play side of this, because I could do like story times during it and try to engage with the story, but normally I'm just one of those guys, I mash through, I just kind of like look for keywords and stuff and then I rush through and then I get lost, which is miserable for Let's Playing unless you guys are like super fans of the Game Grumps. No hate on the Game Grumps, but that tends to be a trend that they do, and I don't feel like I can even be as entertaining as them for when it comes to anything like this. But I'm trying to figure out what to do. And also with Mystery Dungeon, it's just dungeon grinding. Like, oh boy, I get to talk and then rush through a couple floors, then talk, then rush through a couple floors, and then maybe make a comment when something super ridiculous happens. And then we're going to see like if that's something you guys want. So I'm also thinking about maybe just doing like a couple of storyline updates, like, oh, I made it this far in the game, but at the same time, like, what does that even matter if I beat the game in 2 days and I spend the rest of the time to like doing all the extra content, because there's like 100+ hours of potential gameplay if you just max out everything, and I don't know if other people want to even see that for the guides or whatnot. So it's a very huge game, but it's also a very specific game. I don't think everyone's going to buy it. I don't think anyone wants to look up for the guides or Let's Plays as much about it, and with the Let's Play, it's going to be very, very potentially boring, and I don't want to put my time in that. no one's going to watch it. And if no one wants to watch a Pokemon Let's Play anyway, no matter who's doing it, even for Super Mystery Dungeon. So that's kind of what we're dealing with right now, and that's like the biggest point of this update. I just want to know what you guys are planning on for Super Mystery Dungeon, and if that's going to be a thing. And also, I'm going to be working like super hard. My goal is to do, I try to do like 3 videos a day, like recording wise, and then try to catch up throughout the week and stuff. So my goal is to try to do like 5 videos for the next 3 days while Pokemon Mystery Dungeon comes out, and then try to be ahead while I'm doing Mystery Dungeon content, to sporadically do guides, and then have all sorts of other things. As for the rest of the channel, once I'm done with Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon content, that's when you guys are going to get non-stop battles. So you might have noticed, I've seen like a lot of comments where people are talking about how it's really stagnant right now, and I'm not really doing too much too exciting. And I do blame 5th Gen on that a bit, because I feel like with the way the 5th Gen guides are, people are either tired of all the guides right now, or they just don't, like, there's not a lot of really entertaining 5th Gen Pokemon. You either know how to use Ferrothorn, or either know you're not going to use a Stunfisk or something like that. There's no really surprisingly OP Pokemon that Earth is like it's super hard to sell. But most of them are like, oh, we already use this Pokemon because it's all over the place, and oh, I forget about this Pokemon because it's absolutely useless. So it's a very boring kind of generation to do guides on, because there's nothing really breakout and surprising about it. And again, we're also past 2 years since X and Y came out, so like the competitive thing has kind of dropped off. So the guides are something I wanted to get out as soon as possible, and I feel that was both a good thing and a bad thing. By doing it all at once, I create a lot of subscriber burn. A subscriber burn is pretty much if you don't watch 4 of my videos in a row or something, you're not going to see my videos in your subscriber box at all until you like stumble into another one of my videos, or go to my channel and do other things like that. Now there is a subscribe button, so if you like go to my channel after this video, or right now in another tab and you just hear me in the background, go to the subscription. There should be like a little cogwheel. Click on that, and then it should say always update about me. If you do that, then you'll always get my videos even through the subscriber burn. And if you're a super awesome fan, you might want to do that just to be safe. And I know some of you guys have actually experienced subscriber burn before, because YouTube is super broken because of that. I don't know why they make it to where if, like, if I'm going to go to the effort of subscribing to this guy, maybe they do a Let's Play I don't like, maybe they do some content I'm not into right now, but I still want to watch them. I still think they're a cool person. So there is a problem with that, and I think that that's what happened with Omega, or with Black and White the most, because 2 guides a day. Who wants to see 2 boring guides a day? If I do 4 Pokemon row in 2 days where the people that no one wants to watch it, well then that's subscriber burn. You're not seeing me in your sub box anymore, and that's a pretty serious problem. But I don't care about that. Like, my views are still around the highest they've been. Like, my views are actually a lot higher than I thought they'd be right now. So I'm actually really excited for that, and I don't really care about subscriber burn, because the idea for my channel is much different than others. I don't think about huge views every day depending on how many subscribers I have. I'm just going to throw out content, have you guys enjoy it, and just do the best. I'm just here to play Pokemon and not trying to change too much to get you guys what you want. But at the same time, I do need that feedback, like with the Super Mystery Dungeon stuff. If I do 2 or 3 Super Mystery Dungeons a day and 1 guide a week and no one's watching it, well then that's really, really going to be worse than things are now. However, when we get out of that, Super Mystery Dungeon, I just want that content floating around. That'll generate views for quite some time, you know. Someone picks it up, they just go and look at the guides and whatnot, and those will always be there. So that's mostly why I want them. I don't want them for like super hype launch stuff. I want to where those will always be generating views no matter what I'm doing, and if I can crowd those in before the New Year's, and then by New Year's start doing real content, then I have a specific strategy guide. So I want to do like Rain Dance, Sunny Day, specific team composition guides instead of just Pokemon, because I've reviewed all of the Pokemon. Go back and finish up. I think I needed to do Hoenn, like some more of Hoenn for the relooks. Didn't do 4th and 5th generation and 6th on the relooks. So I'll finish up all the relooks, do all the team composition guides, and then just go be like non-stop battles, top 10s, trivia, and news. So I kind of have this really good plan right now, and we're just in the crappiest time of it, which is why you guys might be feeling a little iffy about the content. That's just how I planned everything out, because my idea was, instead of struggling next year, like in February, or yeah, March, April, May, some like stupid times where we're still not getting any Pokemon news. You might hear about other PokeTubers saying that the Pokemon YouTubing is dead right now because we don't have any games or anything. I was thinking about putting myself through that earlier, like right now, and then having a power moment, like making a power play next year off of Super Mystery Dungeon, and then going for trivia and really awesome battles. So while everyone else is dropping off, I'm thinking about trying to pick up. So that was like my plan. Might have backfired because I lost more subscribers, like I got more subscriber burn than I thought I would. But right now I think everything's looking good, and if Super Mystery Dungeon really kills it, depending on what you guys want in the video, I think we're going to be okay. Then we have news, and then we go into the 7th generation, and then I think we're going to be excellent. So everything's looking good right now. just like, as I've said, maybe the 6th time already, we're slumping. Want to see how it's going. So if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and remember, drink G Fuel if you've made it this far, because that's literally the only thing keeping going. I don't do this for the money. I do it because I drink G Fuel and they give me free product whenever I mention it. So I'm going to do that, and this was the same one from the Stunkfist video. So yeah, I'm going to be drinking a lot of this, because I'm going to be doing like 5 videos a day while trying to grind Super Mystery Dungeon while making guides. While doing that. That's my life right now. I sleep right there, I wake up, I come here, I maybe do like 1 game of League of Legends, and then I just play and record for the rest of my day, and I freaking love it right now. So I do have to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity as always, but I try to work some the hardest I can, and I'm just going to see how it goes. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you all have a nice day. Use code VELICIFY. Thank you for watching.